Week 5 of the workouts. What equipment do I use when I do this? Stay tuned, we'll talk to that. Welcome back to the McGill Fitting Room. Jim McCleary here, and we are into week 5. Now, I am recording these a couple weeks back, so what you'll see, this was just prior to Christmas. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, good luck to everybody in the upcoming year. Hopefully you obtain all your goals. We get into the beginning of the year, you know, everybody's get all these, you know, we get all these infamous goals that we want to do, resolutions that we have to make. And I think just about everybody does it. No, there's been a few years where I've just said, I'm not doing it because I'm just going to fail it anyway. And that's really a trick, right? You don't want to make a goal that is so, you know, outlandish, so astronomical that you'll never obtain it because you'll give up too easy. The other side of that is you don't want to make it so easy that you obtain it so soon and you give up on it. So you got to find that happy medium. And the thing is to really know yourself. Now, I'm not a workout coach, okay? This is just life experience talking here. And whether you do it for business, yourself, whatever. Pick yourself out a goal, challenge yourself, and pick a time frame so that you know when your expectations are to arrive. Okay, so again, we're into week 5. We've talked about my baselines, what improvements I've been doing. We talked to Dr. Guidry, which I thought that was really quite cool. Now, part of the process here is he asks you what kind of workout equipment that you already have. Well, I have a TOTALGYM. I've had a TOTALGYM for umpteen years. This thing is ancient, but it still works pretty good, so we're going to do that. I also have a rowing machine. It's a concept rower. It's very brand new. I like it. It's very hard. I don't find myself on it as much as I'd like, but that's changing. I also have a treadmill, and the treadmill is getting to be broken and forcing me onto the rower, which, again, is a good thing. So I have one of those. Funny part is, when I told him I had both of those, none of those were inquired on my workout routines. Go figure. But he did say there are some basic things that you need, all right? And that was one of the things that concerned me about working out with these weights. Did I need to go down to the Y and use the machines? No, I didn't want to do that. Did I have to get a subscription somewhere else? No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted this as simple, as easy as I could possibly make it. And Dr. Guidry did. He did very, very well at that. He sent me a list of the different things, different categories of different things that we could use. So I just want to show you what it is I'm using, and then we'll get to what I did. So very first thing. All right, I had to go chase the other one down. All right, the first one is barbells. Yeah, I'm not standing up there that long and doing all that. These are just regular hand-oriented barbells. I wanted these. He had some selections of other ones, like some Nordic tracks and things like that. I wasn't into that one. Because it's bang for buck kind of concept. Is the Nordic stuff good? Yeah, it's very good. But I'm not going to be doing 100-pound barbells, right? I'm just not. And if you're that strong, then fine, you'll have to get into that concept. What I ended up with were these guys, and these are Amazon Basics, right? Amazon Basic barbells, 38 pounds a piece. These are not only the handle, but these are 2.5 pound weights. And then you got to add in the handle and then the knobs that hold it on. 2 of them, all right? Now, along with that are 2 5-pound weights, so it doubles. So you can either add them on here or switch them out. Now, I've been just using the one because I was a bonehead and thought about not using this one. So, because I forgot I was in there. And I was doubling my time because I'd have to do this side, this side, this side, switch around, and then this side, this side, this side. And what it's really for, is because you don't need a lot, is I'm balancing against the wall and then I'm pushing up. And then I get on the other side. This is the hard side. Get down, and then I go up. And so now that I have them on both sides, I'm going to be more balanced, and that's easier for me, so that's good. So Amazon Basics, I'll put it in the show notes below. All right, the second thing is a bag of rubber bands. And they're singles. There's a multiple colors for multiple strain. All right. It looks like a jumbled mess, mostly because it is. The black one is the most stout. And then you have a yellow one, which is much weaker. The blue one's in the middle. That one's probably the easiest one to start with. The green one is the easiest. And then the red one is the one just below the stout one. This is the one I'm working with right now. Now, what's it come with? Well, it comes with 2 handles that you can hook on. It comes with, this is the hook on, so you could probably hook your leg to it and do lots of kicks and things like that with it. In fact, there's 2 of those, okay? They're Velcro straps. The other part is it also comes with a second handle, and it connects a lot like that. It'd probably better if you did it like this. So it hooks a lot like that, okay? And then you can hold on to it like this, and so if you had to pull, you can pull this way, you can pull this way, it can twist and turn. You know, if you have to do pull-ups or you have to go backwards, this is very, 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 very handy. Now, the thing that I thought was very unique, and I tend to use it quite a bit, is this guy. I had no idea what this was until I talked to Dr. Guidry. It's a door jamb piece. All right, so what you do is you slide this guy into the door jamb, and it goes through like this, and it holds on, and then it goes in, it stuffs right in there like that, and then you can put it through like that, and now you have 2, and it doubles the strain, and then you put this. Now you have these guys on here if you want 2 of them. Now you have 2, and you pull, and this is into the door. All right, so that's what we're doing. So I do a lot of, one of the coolest exercises I didn't think would be worth a darn is it's a bench press type rolling. He has a name for rowing. Anyway, what it is that the rubber band stays in the door over here, right? And as it stays over the door over here, you hold it here and you go like that, and you hold it for 5 seconds. You come back, you go out and you hold it for 5 seconds. Keep in mind, this thing is out here like this. All right, you want to talk about, the first couple is not so big a deal, but after about the 4th or 5th one, all of a sudden you're feeling a strain in here, back where he wants, and that's the pull and push through. So it's a simple band, a simple set of rubber bands. Again, I believe those are Amazon basics as well. I never thought in my wildest dreams rubber bands would be a big deal. But when you do enough of them, because again, we're not here to build bulk, we're here to build speed, we're here to build endurance, that kind of stuff, and that's what this is for. So I could add all those rubber bands together and really put some strain on it. That's if I was Arnold Schwarzenegger. The last one that I've used, but my most favorite, is the weighted ball. J-Fit weighted ball, 10-pounder. All right, if you look at this, nice Naugahyde sewn together stuff, all right? And what this is made for is slamming, right? You seen those guys that slam stuff against the ground? This is for slamming against the floor, all right? You take it around, and what we do in this one is you hold it, you bring it over to here, and you slam it against the ground, and then you bring it up, you turn around, and you slam it against the ground, and you bring it up. I'm here to tell you that works you out pretty good. It's definitely a stress relieving kind of motion and feel. But those are the basics, right? That's all I'm using right now. Big floor, I don't need a mat or anything like that to do the stretches, but those are the primary things. Now, you go, oh, I need to run out and get a TOTALGYM. Well, no, not really, because the only thing I'm really doing on them right now is the kneeling rows and pull-ups, right? If we didn't have that, I'm sure there's another way to get to that spot. It's just the cool part about it is, and the reason why I stress this, is he's using what you have or what you want to use in order to get the exercises done, okay? So it's not this big, intensive, I think I've got, in the whole thing, I think I got $70 in the whole thing, right? $70 in the whole thing, and the ball's in really good quality. This Amazon Basic thing, which I thought was going to be a joke, is actually really nice. The threading, for those guys that are machinist type, the threading is very nice. And the rubber bands are rubber bands, so pick which one you like. And there you go. All right, so now onto the fun stuff. So I went through and I did all my workouts, right? And this is just before the holidays is in. Typically when the holiday is in, you tend to give up a little bit. And we'll see that coming through how it affected me, considering it was Christmas, New Year's, anniversary, all wrapped up into basically a week and a half. That ought to be fun. All right, so we're into we're into week 5. We're into week 5. All right, standard. Now again, what I did is 5 shots at standard 8 iron, 5 shots at maxed out 8 iron, 5 shots at a driver, standard, 5 shots at a driver, maxed out. And this is just me coming unglued kind of stuff, okay? So what did we end up with? Well, we ended up with an 85.9 mile an hour swing speed. That is by far and away the highest I had. Now, is it very much higher than any of the ones? No, it's 0.1. But it's a almost 2.5 mile increase from last week. And I think that has a lot to do with the intensity of the workout. It's what I'm getting out of it is what I put into it. And that's important. You can't slough, right? You just can't do that. You can't slough. And we're going to find that one out. All right, so what did that end up with? So I ended up at 166, 167. Is that the furthest by far? No, in fact, it's a mile an hour slower, or it's a mile. It is a yard shorter than last week. And it's because my quality of hit was less, right? It was less by only a 0.01. So quality of hit's important here, guys and gals. And that's what we do when we do the fittings. We really search out that quality of hit. And, now I have an advantage being a fitter. I get to see what was going on because I'm using my flight scope to gather all this information. Am I seeing is my shaft letting go at the right time? Is my club face in the right spot? It's a lot of different things going on. Needless to say, we'll keep it simple and just say I just wasn't hitting it good enough. Now, maxed out, I got to 91, which is about the same area. However, I went 178, 179. So last week I was 179, 180. So again, a yard shorter. Again, it's quality of hit, and I was just a hair slower. Quality hit was the same, but I was just a mile an hour slower. Hence, in this particular case, it's 1 yard. But I'm still happy with the fact that I'm nearing 180. All right, in this particular time frame, I really did get a couple into the 180s. They're getting more frequent, right? They're getting more frequent. And the patterns are starting to get smaller. And that's the good thing, right? That is the good thing here. Now on the driver, right? On the driver, I was swinging at 99 mile an hour, shy of 100. And that's even. That's a little slower than the standard. However, my quality of hit was way high. It was almost middle of the club face, and I went 250, 257, which by last week was an 8-yard gain. So the driver woke up this time around. So as you notice, there's these hills and valleys of things that are going on as I'm working out. One day the 8 iron's working really well. Next day the driver's working really well. One day I'm not getting my swing speed. One day I am getting my swing speed. So it's all coming together. That's the gel point. On my maxed out, I went to 105.7. Not the highest, but, pretty daggone close. And with a 148 smash factor, with a 165, 172. I'm getting there, right? I am getting there. And I'm throwing them out there into a spot that is pretty nice. I'm happy with it. The driver came through. Now, I'm telling you this now because it was in this time frame. The day after Christmas, it was in the 60s here. High 50s, low right at 60 degrees. Went out with my buddy Bob. We went golfing, and my irons were playing as if they were in the summer. Right around here, you get into the 50s, you start losing a little bit of distance because of cold. So I was getting the same distances, if not maybe just a skosh more, than if I was in the summer. So I'm happy with that. Now, I was fighting my driver because I was so uncomfortable with the way I was coming through because I was hitting it faster. So in the last 3 or 4 holes, I went 275 and I was landing it there. I landed at 275, 265, and the last one, no kidding guys and gals, 300. It was a 410 shot and I was 108 from the stick when it was there. Now that's at the end, okay, that was at the end, but it was just nice. Everything was coming together and swinging through, and it was pretty good. I wasn't hitting short on the other ones. These just felt more comfortable. Again, me getting used to the swing. So it's not all about workouts. It's all about also implementing the techniques in order to make sure they get used to this. And we had a conversation with Dr. Guidry, and he says, yeah, that does happen. I said, well, good. Well, at least I'm in the zone. So there it is. So week 5's over, in the books. Yay. Happy holidays to everybody. Let's have a great 2022. We'll see more. Hopefully, everything starts ramping up. And of course, I can't keep everything on the straight and narrow for at least in 3 weeks. We got a big change coming, you'll see. However, I like where we're going. I like the progression. I feel stronger about it, and everything's working out pretty good. So if you want, check out the show notes for where I got all the equipment. And as always, guys, let's see your scores go low.